Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is my birthday and I am so glad you joined me for some fun crafts. So with all of that being said, let's get to crafting.
Okay, here's DIY number one. So I have one of these boards from Dollar Tree and I'm going to paint both front and back with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ivory. After it was all dried, I took my Mod Podge and I'm just going to spread it all over the front part of my board here. And then I let it dry. After it's dry, I took this beautiful napkin I had in my stash. It's only half of a napkin. I think I got it from decoupagenapkin.com a few years ago. But I'm going to cover it with my parchment paper to protect it, go over it with my heat press to reactivate that Mod Podge. And yeah, and then it's on there. Now, you can do whatever kind of way you want for decoupaging. This is my favorite way of doing it. And, you could use any napkin that you like if you want to recreate this. So I'm going to then go over it with some more Mod Podge. I just put a little bit on my brush and just go over it as much as I can. And once that was dry, I just took my finger sander and sand off all of that excess. Then I took this homeward sign from Dollar Tree. This is something I got from Dollar Tree, I don't know when. And I'm just going to go over it with my Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm just going to brush it all on. And then after that, I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to wipe off all the excess that has not soaked into the wood. And then after that was all done and dried, I'm going to take my Type Bond Quick and Thick multi-surface glue, and I'm running out of one of my bottles is low, so I'm just using a brush here to brush that glue on the back of it. And then I'm going to put it right in the middle of my sign. And then I'm going to take my Distressing ink by Tim Holtz. This is Vintage Photo. And I'm just going to distress all around this sign to give it that antique, shabby chic, rustic, whatever you want to call it look. You guys, I absolutely love how this one came out. And then I went ahead and just brushed a little bit along the inside part of the napkin there. And then I got an idea. But before I did that, I decided to mark where I'm going to hang or put my hanger, and I'm going to tie knots in some twine and just staple it in place. That wood is thick enough for those staples. Then, this is my idea here. I took some different purple flowers that I have. These are little roses that I get from Hobby Lobby. The dark purple tulips I got a year or two ago from Michael's. I found some, I think they're purple pansies, or not pansies, daisies actually, that I got, I don't know when, from Dollar Tree. But I'm just going to add them all along the top of my sign with some of the leaves that came from the picks from the roses and some little baby breath that came from Dollar Tree. And look how pretty this is. I absolutely love this. I just think it's so cute. You have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below.
Do 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 do! It's my birthday! I'm so glad you guys are here with me. You know what I wish I would have got? Those little, I don't know what they call it. You blow in them and they, what is your problem? He's antsy. Anyways, they, come out, the blower thingies. I don't know. That's what I should have had for this part. But anyways, it's my birthday and I am excited that you guys are all here to share it with me. I don't think he likes my hat. I think he thinks it's weird. Anyways, and I was excited when I saw that my birthday landed on a Thursday, and I'm like, oh, it's one of my video days, and I get to share it with my YouTube family. Yay! But I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I'm getting to that age. Would you stop? Stop. I'm getting to that age where I don't really want to share my my age anymore. Anyways, let's just put it this way. I'm 2 years away from the 6-0, so now you know. Anyways, I can't believe it. Guys, I remember being a teenager or a preteen and looking at people that were my age or even, younger and thinking they were so old. And now I'm like, now I'm at that age and I don't feel old. I feel like a 16-year-old still. Well, maybe 20. It depends. If I try to get up off the floor, yeah, then I feel my age. But anyways, I don't think that ever changes. My parents tell me that they still in their minds feel like they're, young, but I guess it just always stays that way. But anyways, I'm glad you guys are here, and I hope you're enjoying today's video. And if you are new, I would love it if you hit that red subscribe button. I didn't feel it anymore. I thought it broke off. Hit that red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family. And for those of you that are returning, oh my goodness, thank you so much for your faithfulness and your dedication to my channel and to myself. I truly appreciate it. So we're going to quit chit-chatting and we're going to continue on with the video.
Okay, on to DIY number 2. So I have a wood cutting board or breadboard that I bought from, what is it? woodpeckercrafts.com. I am an affiliate to them. If you want to check them out, I do have a link in my description box. I do get a little kickback from if you order through them. I painted it with my paint color there. And once it was dry, I'm going to go over it with my Mod Podge, let it dry. And then I had this beautiful napkin in my stash. I think this came from Kathy Jo, actually. And I removed that back layer. If you saw my last video, you saw my little mistake where I forgot to remove the back layer. But I'm just going to lay it out over my breadboard. And I'm going to do my normal thing of decoupaging. I'm not going to make you sit and watch all of that. But once that was all done, I again went over it with more Mod Podge and let it dry. And then I'm going to use my finger sander to sand off all the excess. As you can see, I kind of cut it all down there so that it was easier to sand off. Then I just used my lighter to burn that hole in the middle, or burn the napkin off of the hole in the middle. And then I went ahead and distressed it with that same vintage photo. And then I took those triangle pieces, were some pieces that were cut off some wood that I had. I'm going to paint them ivory. And then I have 2 of the large blocks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint them with my antique wax, just brush it on and wipe off the excess. And then I'm going to use my Titebond glue. Well, I was going to use my Titebond glue to glue these triangle pieces on the back. I thought this would be perfect for little stands in the back, but no, it doesn't work because this thing I think is too tall for those, and it just kept trying to tip over. And I'm going to show you, maybe if they were a little bit longer, it would have worked better. But yeah, it wouldn't stand up. So this is one of the reasons why I like using that Titebond, because if it was hot glue, it would have been a lot harder to take them off. But these, it was easy to take it off and wipe it all off. And so I went ahead and just took 2 more of these blocks, and then I'm going to use my Titebond glue and my hot glue, glue those 2 together, and then I'm going to glue this onto the back. And I was going to paint them, and I think I forgot to paint those. But anyways, I'm just going to put those on the back. This is going to be for me anyway. So then I took the other ones that I went over with my antique wax. I'm going to put the Titebond glue and hot glue. I'm going to put them on the front. Now I'm not putting them together because I want to use this for my iPad so that when I'm talking to Kathy Jo with it and I need to charge it, I have a little space in between where the charger can go, and then it can sit on there when I'm talking with her, so that way I can craft while I talk with her. So I took some lace ribbon from Dollar Tree, just made a little bow, and I'm just going to put it right under that hole. And I'm going to dovetail the ends. I think that's all I did with this. That napkin was just so gorgeous. And you guys all know purple is my favorite color. And I figured, why not do a video with my favorite color in everything that I make? And so I saw this napkin and I knew I had to use it because I just think it's gorgeous. Okay, so it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And we have Kathy. Look at her cute little houses that she made. Oh my goodness, her little village. I love it, Kathy. Thank you so much for sharing those. And then we have Corrine. Oh, her ladybug is so adorable. Her bunnies. Oh, they are just so cute, Corrine. Thank you so much for sharing. And then we have Dina. Look at her pieces that she made, her door signs. She recreated these. I love them. They are so pretty. Thank you, Dina, for sharing those with us. And if you have something that you've created that you would like me to showcase, you can email pictures to rusticandlacediy@gmail.com, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. And I want to give a big shout out to Lisa. Thank you so much. She bought me 10 coffees for my birthday. And you can, if you want to donate to me financially, you can do that with my Buy Me a Coffee account at buymeacoffee.com/rustic and lace, or you can use that QR code there too. But thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so DIY number 3. So for this one, I took 4 of these boards from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use my Titebond wood glue, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue those 4 pieces all together, making sure I wipe off the excess glue with a baby wipe. And then they actually stuck pretty well. I gave it a few minutes because I got a phone call and I was on, about 45 minutes I was on the phone. And they were stuck pretty good by the time I was done. But I went ahead and took 3 of these jumbo craft sticks from Walmart. I'm going to go ahead and just use them on the back. I probably really didn't need to do this part at all because I'm going to put something on the front. But, sometimes habits are hard to break, right? And this is what I always do. Anyway, so I'm just going to add my wood glue and hot glue to these 3 sticks and just glue them to the back just for that added support. Then I took 5-gallon paint stir sticks. It was 1 paint stir stick. I cut it down to fit on the front. So I'm going to use my wood glue and hot glue again, and I'm going to glue 1. And as you saw, I was measuring 1 inch from the top. And I'm just going to put this right at those lines. And then I was going to do the bottom and I forgot to mark them. So you'll see me here going, oh man. So I hurried up and grabbed my ruler and tried to lay it there so I could see where I need to lay my board there. Then I went over the whole thing with my Waverly Antique Wax. And again, I brush it all on and then wipe off the excess with a paper towel. And I did front and back. Then I took some lavender picks. Now these, I believe, came from Temu, and then the other ones, the lighter ones, came from Walmart. And I got those like last year, the year before, something like that. But I'm just going to cut them all apart off the picks, and then I'm just going to start kind of layering them. I let the darker ones be in the back, and then I put the lighter ones from Walmart towards the front. And I just kept doing this until I actually used all 3 picks. I wasn't thinking I was going to, but I just loved how that was looking. And then once I had them all together, I just took some twine. I'm going to tie a knot around them and then just kind of wrap the excess ends all around it just to hold them all in place. And you'll see me doing this. I kind of wish I would have got a bigger thing of twine and just wrapped the whole thing, or even some burlap, but I didn't. And by the time I thought about it, it was a little too late and I didn't want to undo everything. So, but I'm just going to wrap, as you see, I'm wrapping the twine, and then I'm just going to tie another knot just to hold it all in place. And then, and like Kathy Joe would say, and then, oh my goodness. I'm going to, I'm sorry that I took so long showing you that. Anyways, look how pretty that is. I'm going to take my stapler, and because this wood is thicker, the staples don't go through. So I just found 3 different spots in the back, and I stapled those picks to the back. And I just think this is a great way, instead of always using hot glue and worrying about whether or not the hot glue is going to stick. I'm going to take some of this beautiful ribbon that Martha sent me, one of my viewers, Martha. Thank you, Martha. And I'm going to make a bow. I did not measure how long this was. I just kind of eyed it. I glued them end to end, and then I'm just going to scrunch it all up in the middle. And I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to just tie it around. I'm sorry this isn't in view, but I'm going to tie it around. I'm going to tie a knot. I have another piece of ribbon there that wasn't as long as that ribbon. And I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to thread that twine through it and connect it to the bow, tying a knot around the tail part of the ribbon. And then after I had that all done, I guess I'm going to show you me fumbling through all of my tying my knots. That flower pick was kind of in my way. It was making it kind of hard. Anyways, I'm going to dovetail the ends. You just fold the end in half, and then you're just going to cut at an angle. If you recreate this, you could do whatever you like. But I'm going to take another piece of that ribbon. I'm going to fold it in thirds, and then I'm going to wrap it around the middle to cover that twine, and it just gives it a little more of a finished look. And then I'm just going to hot glue it together, and then I kind of cut it a little too long, so I'll trim off the excess before I glue this all on, or on my sign here. So, oh my goodness. I was watching The Price is Right while I was editing, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I decided to add a little bit of hot glue behind the stems there, just to kind of hold them down in place, and then I added my bow right over the stems. And then I had this decorative little handle in my stash. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just measuring, making sure that it's centered, and then I'm going to use a little pick to kind of just poke the holes to get started for my screws, and that way I know where to put them to in case my handle moves around. And then I'm just going to take my little mini screwdriver here and screw those screws in and put that handle right there in place. And then I went ahead and got a sawtooth hanger out of my stash, kind of pretty much did the same thing, used a little pick to create the pilot holes, and then screwed those screws in. And oh my goodness, I gotta find a place to put this in my room or in my bathroom. I absolutely love how this came out. It is just so beautiful. Oh, I love purple. Anyways, you'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, on to our final DIY. Now this one, guys, I'm not happy with the way this one turned out, but I'm going to show it to you anyways. So Martha also sent me this wonderful box that looked like a book, and I decided I was going to use it. So I painted the whole thing with my Snow White. I also got one of these frames from Dollar Tree and painted that. And then I went over it with my Petunia Purple by Apple Barrel. Now, what I should have done was I should have cut the ends of that frame because it's a little long and it doesn't work good. So I'm going to paint also the trim of the book and the inside part of it here. So because I didn't cut that frame down, it was hitting on the seam. I thought I had brought it down enough that it wouldn't, but it did. And it ended up actually causing the little screws that hold the lid together to come out and strip this. I tried to screw it all back in, but the hole where the screws went was kind of ripped, and so it's not working right. But anyways, as you saw, I have this beautiful fabric from Walmart that I got like last year. I traced out that hole. I'm cutting it with my pinker shears. Oh my goodness. And pinking shears. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's been too long since I've been a seamstress. Anyways, I ironed it because it was so wrinkled, that material, and I got some batting. I'm going to put it over this because I thought I'm going to make this like a little sewing kit, and this could be where you put your straight pins. So I should have added a little bit more batting on there. After I had it all glued, I'm like, oh, I should have added more, but like I said, this thing just did not turn out. So I'm just letting you know how you should do it and avoid doing the mistakes that I made. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to go around this with this purple rickrack. I was going to say zigzag rickrack ribbon all around it. And I thought this would kind of dress it up a little because you can still see the seams inside of that frame. And then I used my Titebond glue to glue this in place. And after I realized what was happening, I was able to kind of cut the ends a little, but it still didn't help, and it was too late. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and take some more of that rickrack, and I think I'd gotten this from Dollar Tree, and of course, who knows if you'll ever find that again. Probably not, because this was a couple years ago. But I'm sure you could find colored, I know you can, colored rickrack on Amazon. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around the box, and then I took some cardboard. I cut 2 pieces of cardboard out that were the same size, and they fit inside of my box, or my box that we're doing. And I'm just going to glue some of the fabric onto it, and you can see I'm just going to glue the ends all around the cardboard and just make it look all nice and all nice. So after I have it all glued, and I'm just folding in the ends there so it gives it a nice finished look. Whatever. I'm going to glue these on the inside, on the bottom of my box, and then I'm going to glue it on the lid, on the inside of the lid. And the lid didn't want to stand up because of that frame too. And so, yeah, anyways. And I was trying to be so careful. I didn't even go over the little magnet. I was so proud of myself. But yeah, anyway, so then I just had some of these little beads that were already painted white, and I just decided to use those for feet on the bottom of it. And that's all. Oh, no, it's not. I needed to add some straight pins so you could see it's a pin cushion. So I added my straight pins here, and there it is. Great concept. But yeah, so learn from my mistake and don't do what I did. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this special birthday video. It was a lot of fun creating for this and knowing that it was going to be my birthday and I get to share it with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give me that thumbs up and comment and share this video if you have someone that you think would like it, and hype it. I would love it. And make sure your notification bells are set, because I've heard that they're YouTube is doing stuff with that as well. And if you haven't subscribed already and you like home decor on a budget, make sure you hit that red subscribe button before you go. Become part of our YouTube family. And with all of that, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week and a happy Mother's Day. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.